I don't know, dude. For a career to get paid, I would love to just be a public speaker and just like raise people's consciousness, vibration, and energy. But if you can't do that, probably gonna be an artist, dude. Honestly, my shit's pretty good. I've
See, I
like,
can't draw for shit.
yeah, I've had a bunch of people tell me I should start making prints. So I think that's what I'm honestly gonna do. If it doesn't work that way, I'm gonna try to make beats as well. So hopefully, I have two outlets, and then this podcast, if any money comes from this. But
That would be nice.
yeah, it would be nice.
None.
It's not about the
No
money.
money for you.
It's not about the money anyway.
It's not
about the
money.
message.
It's all about the message, just trying to get this across.
Just trying to get it out there.
No, at least let somebody hear it. Who knows? Maybe somebody will appreciate
It'll change somebody's life, dude. I know it will. You can't, like, putting good into the world is just helping our evolution. You know what I mean? Like, if it gets popular, okay, but if it helps one person, it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, let's hear what Vignoli has to say.
Yeah.
About-
What's your ultimate career?
Like, let's say,
I don't
Yeah.
even know, dude. Everything. Like when you were saying, dude. Like there's every day I want to be something different. Like,
Yeah.
That's why I can't go to school for something.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. You should chase your dreams separately and at the same
You
time
know?
too. You should make a day for art, and then the next day is this, then the next
But
day you
then,
learn
but
about
then,
this.
but then, as soon as it becomes a plan, it becomes a hassle.
No, it doesn't. Well, all
well,
training is
I
basically
think
a hassle,
more when
but
it
you
comes
have
to
to
job, it becomes more of a hassle.
train. Yeah.
But
Training your mind is
I've
not a
thought
hassle.
about doing a whole bunch of different stuff, dude. I've thought about, going in, and I was like, man, I really thought about going into the Coast Guard and being like a pilot or or captain, like something for like the boats and bullshit. And I was like, man, that'd be fun. But then it's like, do I really want to fucking be on a boat all goddamn day?
Nope.
Do I really want to be along a port? Do I really want to be here?
Yeah, you
know?
have to ask yourself multiple questions about
I
your
mean,
career
and I've
choice.
seen some crazy shit. Like, dude, the people who are on those, I think they're called it's a coxswain pilot. These people are crazy motherfuckers, dude. These boats flip, and they just right themselves right back, and they're just.
Yep.
It's like, no, dude, seriously crazy. And they
Wow.
go like into these waves that are literally just huge swells, and there are guys just strapped in, like up on top of the like literally the boat flips, and they're underwater, just holding their breath, just. And then you see them come back up and just like shaking it off, like,
That's
you know,
fucking
like
awesome, dude.
it's
The
like,
fuck?
man, you guys are fucking crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. There's that adrenaline rush to come with people. Like, I feel like that near-death experience almost makes us want to live more.
Yeah, it's
Or, like, feel like you're alive, you know what I
I
mean?
think it's your body trying to say you better fucking fix this. You
Yeah.
know, you better. I ain't ready if you aren't. And even if you are, I'm not. Your fucking body knows what's going on, dude.
Well, your mind knows what's going on. Your consciousness knows what's going on. Like, every day, your mind is trying to tell you something, whether it's like what color shirt you should pick or what you should do with that day, or are you wasting time doing this, or are you overeating or not working out enough,
why are you
or
doing this?
why are you doing this? Yeah, and all it really takes is to ask yourself in your heart of hearts, like, what do I need to do?
In your
What's
heart of hearts.
yeah, well, you just need to ask yourself in the deepest center, in the center of your galaxy, and you just need to, like, ask yourself, like, any question. You could ask yourself any question, and honestly, if you listen to your consciousness, you listen to a higher vibrational frequency, you'll hear the answer every time. And and you keep asking the question, it'll be the same answer every time. Like, I keep asking, like, what is my way? What is my path? What do I do to unravel this universe? And it's just like, meditation. Every time I come back and ask, same question gets the same answer. And then, like, it'll flow into different aspects of my life and be like, why aren't you doing this right now? You should have made that right turn right there to go meditate, or you should have worked out today so you could do yoga the next day and then appreciate meditation the next day, and like all this stuff, like everything. Once you find your main path, once you answer the question, like, why am I here, and what will get me as close to my goal or at my goal as, like, fast as possible, as soon as possible, how do I do this? Like, you start asking these certain questions. Like, I just saw this thing the other day that if you make the flower of life.
You talking about a lotus or what?
No, that's the pattern. Like on is that Bring Me the Horizon? Has the album with the flower of life on it. It's all those circles.
Yeah.
If you look more into that, it's like really deep behind our existence and the Pisces and all kinds of stuff. Oh my God, I could go on for hours about it. But the flower of life, there's this board this guy made, and he made the flower of life, and anything you want to know, you just put in the middle. You know what I mean? And everything off of that, let's say you start off with the soul, and then you go, okay, the soul is linked to the body, and the body's linked to the mind, and then it goes, and then the body and mind are linked to the spirit or whatever. You know what I mean? The energies or whatever, and you just go out from the middle on all points. You go around the circle, and then you go around those circles, and those two connect, and then you can basically ask yourself any question and have it solved. And it'll be solved on the points where the tetrahedron would be. So on like the triangle on the bottom and top, and then on the sides, like the Jewish star, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
It'd be solved. Those would all be the main answers, because they did it. I've seen it on YouTube, like they've done it, and this guy sells the boards, but it's not like a scam. He just puts in a random question and does everything that relates to it, and they relate to each other, and that gets you to the answer of that, and that gets you the answer. Like, everything can be figured out with perfect geometry. That's what I was saying, like, earlier. Science and religion, like, people try to separate them, but you need both. You need both. Both created this universe. Both math, science, religion, everything. You need belief for science to be able to do anything, you know what I mean? Well, not really, but to be able to see it, to be able to view it, to be able to feel it.
If you need science
belief.
to understand.
Yeah, you need science to understand, but you need belief to feel. You know what I mean? To actually access those higher realms. Science can only understand so much. You can only you could be
what
like
you're talking about.
Yeah. You can only be like, all right, I have these calculations, so I understand the universe. But do you really? You wrote out a calculation for the universe, but do you really understand the universe? No, you don't. To understand the universe, you got to sit there in quietness and quiet your mind and like understand the whole universe, not just like the one part of it, which is science.
Well, I find it's crazy when they've done documentaries of people praying or meditating or doing something like that. They give off an energy, and they're like, when people meditate, their brains actually, like, parts of their brains actually start lighting up.
Yeah, they're actually the thing behind it is go ahead.
It is like, I just find like some of the, like, we know so little about the human brain to start poking fun and saying, we're so smart, you know, like,
well,
we really
are so smart, but
we're smart, but
we're smarter than any computer on this entire planet.
Dude, we're about as smart as a 12-year-old kid telling the teacher he's the smartest kid in class. He may be the smartest kid in class, but guess what? He goes to the 6th grade. He's still the dumbest kid in class.
Well, I mean, it's not that. It's just we're so smart, but we have yet to realize our own potential. That's what it is. Like, we have these super complex brains, and we only use like 5%.
Our potential is so limitless. We're
using 5%. We're using 5% of our brain. Let me just get that through to you.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about like the potential that we could have for growth and like development and like other stuff like that. Well, not even just evolution, but just like relationships between like people, and you know, like not so much like, you know, people like down the street, but like people all over the world. And like, why can't we come to like a certain understanding? And how come we have so much shit lost in translation?
It's because the knowledge is hidden away from us. There's some bullshit
stuff
that's
that
hiding
we
knowledge
say
away.
that, like, you know, that probably wouldn't translate. You know, wishing one hand, shit in the other, see which fills up faster.
Yeah.
You might say that to somebody in, you know, Japan and be like, what's that supposed to mean, you know?
Yeah, because they have a totally outlook on life.
Yeah,
different outlook on
they
life.
could have, you know, and or they have something like, you know, they could say something to you that could mean something really important to them that was their grandfather or something said, you know, and then they're like, oh, well, you know, I have no idea what that means. I'm missing, like, I understand what you're saying, but there's something I'm missing in between point A and point B that you are getting that I'm not. There's something like, why is there such a miss? And we're in such an age of technology that, this shouldn't happen. There shouldn't be people like, or even like, there's so much mistranslation between like, even like the guy who was talking on Vice. He had a translator in this country, and they went back and they retranslated the shit that he had, and they like, the guys were completely wrong. The guy was like, the one guy was like, had his daughter got killed because she got like shot through a wall, and all he said was, why was my daughter shot? You told us to stay inside, and she was still shot. And the translator said, oh, it's great to see you here, da 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 da.
Really?
And it was like, whoa, what the fuck? That is not what he said. And even the guy who translated this was like, who the fuck did you bring? You know?
Seriously.
He's like, well, are you not teaching him the right language? Or what, And the guy was even saying, and they were like giving him money to be like, well, this is like what happens when you're like, oh, if your wife dies, your children die in like this war zone, we give you money to compensate for it. And he was like, they're kind of like giving him this big fucking pile of money, and he's just like, oh, no. And it's like, it was like, I'm watching this, I'm like, man, this is tearing me up. Just watching this dude, like, and they're like, well, this is, we can't do anything about your daughter, but, here's this fucking...
What is that talking about, though? What war? What
the fucking Iraq war.
Iraq war.
Yeah.
They're giving them money because they're killing their offspring.
Well, it
basically.
wasn't like she got killed. She was an innocent bystander that got killed.
There's a lot of innocent bystanders that get killed over there.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Especially with those drone attacks where they just blow up a whole building. They don't care who's in it. They're just like, boom. Like, that's
well, how
whole
about the
different
fucking
level of
drones falling on fucking U.S. soil? And it's like, well, why is this drone here? And why is this dude die? Why is this dude dead?
I mean,
and then
they're
there's a few people
speaking of
injured?
satellite attacks now, where they can fucking shoot a laser beam down from a satellite, pinpoint you by your cell phone in your house, and then just annihilate you off the planet quickly.
Then do it.
They're trying to do it.
Then do it.
And I know it's bullshit, though.
You know what, dude? And, in all honesty, if that's the way, if they can fucking
If that's
do
the way
it,
I'm supposed to go, you know
then,
what I mean? Bring it the fuck on.
Yeah, bring it, dude. Like,
that'd be
seriously.
a sweet end. That'd be a
Yeah.
sweet end.
No. Yeah.
Vaporized by a fucking laser beam.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, it's hot. Like, just,
I could see it. Yeah, just in the dust. Oh, well.
yeah, just all of a sudden, just through the clouds.
Is that a hole in my seat?
Like a little fucking ant
Gone.
in a magnifying glass?
Well,
like,
this is why I think there's
brown.
two perspectives to look at it. Like, for the really super rich and whoever's on top of the pyramid, there's either this way or this way. It's like, I am everyone and everything, so I can treat them as pawns, and they'll just reincarnate, and I don't have to worry about life or death for anybody, so I can treat people how I want. Or there's the other way, like, I am everybody, so I must treat people with respect and love because I'm treating myself that way. So there's two different aspects on how I am everything, like, changes perspectives for people.
Yeah.
So I feel like the evil ones look at it like, oh yeah, I am everybody, so I can just destroy people, and there's reincarnation, so they'll just reincarnate anyway. So killing's not a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like, they just strike it off. Or oppressing people or treating people bad isn't bad as long as you don't have to see it. You know what I mean? I feel like they're so disconnected from how this really works. You know what I mean? We're supposed to be connected with everybody, not just like a few people. Like, this is supposed to be, we're a whole organism. The Earth is a whole organism. That's why we have all the fucked up problems, because we've lost our connection to each other and the Earth
Yeah, I mean,
and the stars.
granted, I've lost connection with a few people over the years, but it's because they've like done me dirty.
Well, I
or
mean,
something like that.
you only need the connection in your life for as long as it's there. Like, everything's pre-planned out. Your friendships, your relationships, your life, any step is already planned out. You're just taking like this is what I kind of get back to. Like, if you're not moving forward every day, you're literally freezing time for yourself. You're freezing time. You're doing nothing. You are accelerating nowhere. Like, you're freezing there's always a path out there for you, and it'll always remain at the step you left it at. So if you want to go up 3 steps one day and then decide that I'm not going to go on this path anymore, you can get rid of it for a lifetime. But that path is still going to be there on the next lifetime, so you have to take it. Like, everybody has their own path, and it's always going to be there. But if you don't advance yourself every day, you're basically freezing time for yourself. And aging is just like a delusion brought on by your mind, you know what I mean? Because you're bringing the stress of not fulfilling
Not
your energies.
progressing.
Yeah, you're not fulfilling your energies. Like, there's energy works like electricity does. Like, we have such great energy that if we don't discharge it in some way, through art, through science, through knowledge, through this, through that, then it starts to build up and decompose us. So it decomposes us. So people were living for 800 years back in the day because they were doing shit every day, working, loving, living, like, being happy. Like, it was all about, like, the person and the self and, like, the being. It wasn't about, like, it was about everybody.
I think the value
But you have
of
to go
life
so far back.
came down. I think that mentality came from when the value of life was so precious.
Yeah.
When
This was, like, literally Eden.
Oh yeah,
But
no,
and there
when-
wasn't rulers trying to rule
when
people smaller.
like tried to have kids, and it's like, oh, I lost 4 kids before I actually had one that lived
Wow.
past the age of 2. You know,
Wow.
like something like that. You know, there's a lot of crazy shit. Like, who was it? There was someone I read. She had like 7 kids, or no, she had 9 kids, and 2 of them made it to adulthood, and like
Wow.
5 of them like died before the age of 4.
Why do they
It,
tell
it
you
was
why?
it was like the times they were living in. You know, the 1800s. You know. They were
Oh
getting,
yeah, no
disease-
medicine and
you
shit.
know,
Yeah.
diseases were rampant and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was a
and,
rough time back then,
and
dude.
you also had to think every time she got pregnant,
was
she
precious.
was also exposing her child to all those germs and diseases that were in that room. And you don't
Yeah.
think they weren't really washing that shit too good back
Yeah,
in the
they
day.
weren't watching
Nope.
watching anything back in the
Yeah,
day.
you
dude.
know.
it was it was still primitive times.
Yeah, well, those guys who were doing the surgeries, half the time they didn't clean their instruments or their hands.
Wow.
You know, they were just like one surgery to the next surgery. Well, my hands are already bloody. Why would I fucking wash my hands?
Yeah, they did. Well, they didn't know about that shit.
Yeah.
They didn't know that, like, there was different blood, and by mixing your blood, you can mix fucking toxins, and
Yep,
this could
and
translate
people
this.
could die.
But
Well-
do you know how they found that out, dude? There was like, I think it was tuberculosis. One lady had tuberculosis in a hospital, and then a doctor worked on her, and he used the same gloves he used for 3 more patients, and then they all had tuberculosis the next day.
Mhm.
So he found out that germs can carry on shit, and you're
Yeah.
supposed to wash your hands every fucking time you
Some
differ.
dipshit.
Yeah, but it's like how was that not common sense? Like,
Yep.
this is why I figured, like, how do you not think that a human being is like an ape? You know what I mean? We are so
Yeah.
fucking stupid. So stupid.
So dumb.
There were some people that were so smart, but that's just evolution. That's the 1 out of a million that are like the prophet or the really good, like, with everything. You know what I mean? But everybody else was fucking retarded. And everybody, for the most part, like 60% of the world still is. Like, if you can be run like a sheep and you can have all this stuff just fed into
Yeah.
you, garbage, not even looking up what you're eating or where your money's going or anything like this, you are literally an idiot. You're a sheep. You just walk along the path, and you don't care where your life goes. You don't care. You just care about money and, like, how it supports you.
Yep.
You don't care
Let me
about
get through
your actual
payday.
life.
Let
you
me
don't care about your
buy
real
my
life.
things.
And it's not our fault.
Pay for my bills.
It's a system we're born into, but people have to realize that this system, all it is a test. And if you're not strong enough to pass the test, then obviously you're not smart enough to move on to the next level of existence. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it
Yeah.
really comes down to. Like, you retry this test over and over and over in this life, over and over and over, until you get it right, until you're ready to move on to your next plane of existence.
Yeah, my thing is, I really like. There's shit I would like to do, but it's like I need to find something. Like, if I'm
You need
I
to
thought-
do something and stick to it. And through that, you'll stick to other things. And you'll
Yeah.
branch off. You need to find a foundation so you can branch off from that.
because I like
A good, strong foundation. Like, I use art. I can always come back to it.
it. I
always.
feel like if you, don't- it's gotten to a point where it's like, well, if you don't have a college degree, people won't look at you. But if you have a college degree, you won't be fucking working anywhere but, You know,
Well,
my sister has a master's degree.
70% of the people that get degrees don't even end up working in their field
Oh,
of study
yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
So it's basically
Dude, my
ridiculous
sister has a
anyway.
master's degree in criminal justice, and yet she is working at State Farm.
Yep.
And her, husband, excuse me, I should have known this. I went to her wedding. But her husband has a 4-year degree in communications for doing like radio and stuff like that. He's working at Surf Pro. Like it
Yeah.
never even happened.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
ridiculous. Well, it's because, I don't know. You learn all this
I
knowledge under
even
false...
said that to him.
you
I
learn
was
all
like,
this
how
shit-
Surf Pro, you know? Oh, it's okay. I was like, has a college degree. Like it never even happened. And he was just like,
Yeah,
I was
seriously.
like, yeah, that must fucking suck,
It
dude.
does, dude. It
Yeah.
does. It does suck wasting your life like that. And then
I could
realizing
not
halfway through
imagine.
college that they're trying to focus you down when a human being's supposed to extend into multiple ranges of being. It's not supposed to be like, you're supposed to do one thing with your life and that is it. I mean, some people can focus on that, but my brain says if I'm not doing something physical one day, mental the next, spiritual the next, this and swapping back and forth between different things that catch my eye and catch my interest, then I'm not living. Life is truly exploration and like observation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I don't know. I'd like to feel like if my job would, like, my job's not per se like just helping myself. It's more like progressing to a greater.
Well, if you're not progressing the human race, then why are you here?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? If you're not doing something for the human race, then why are you here? What is your existence? What's your purpose? Like, if you're not here to give great art or great skill or train in something that
Or
no one
even
ever
just
trained
to,
in,
like,
or just do your part to just
do,
help.
Yeah, do a part.
If you're not
play a
here to
part.
help or play a part, then what's your existence for? Like, and that's what that's what I feel people are asking themselves now. They're like, why do I exist? What is the point of life? Why are we here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is my means to my end? You know what I mean? What do I have to do to be happy and go on to the next life? And it's just like, dude, you just have to love. You have to be peaceful. You have to find your own path. You have to look inside yourself. And every book that's ever been written, every scripture that's ever been written, all the same thing. It's like they make it so complicated in these scriptures. All they have to tell you is like the answer is inside yourself. That's it. That's the fucking simplest answer ever. And no one ever takes it into consideration. They're like, oh, well, the answer's in me. Better look up some information on the internet.
Yeah.
No. You need
Yeah.
to look inside yourself first. Don't fucking... Like, the internet is good if you want to look up more knowledge about shit that you're interested in, but you need to find yourself first, your key source of knowledge, without any fucking waves from anything else giving you pressure, like, to think about this or think about that. You need to just go into a meditative state all alone and just think and be like, ask your mind questions. And once you realize, like, oh shit, this isn't only me meditating and being like super relaxed, but I'm actually getting into a dream state where I can enter into a higher dimension and ask my higher self what I should do with my life to get there. Because time is like, it exists on this plane of existence, but on higher planes of existence, time and space don't have reference. You know what I mean? You can go to Africa in a click of an instant. You've done it in dreams. People fly in dreams. They bend time and space all the time. You know what I mean? And you can do that through meditation, and you can just find out every answer you want to know. You know what I mean? That's what people have to do first. Like, I hear relationship problems and I hear lonely problems and shit. Like, stop being vampires. Everybody out there, stop being a fucking vampire. All you're doing with that negative energy is you're sucking the positive vibes out of people around you to support your energy. Like, that's why people are always like, hey, you want to hang out, man? Hey, you want to hang out? It's because they're not comfortable with their own energy. They don't have enough energy to power their own vehicle to be happy or to be content. They need other people. And that's where needy comes with. It's because your aura isn't strong enough, so you need to vampire off everybody else's. I don't hate people like that. I feel sad for them. You know what I mean? I try to help them. Like, hey, dude, obviously your aura isn't that strong. What's wrong? Like, you need to change your life in some way. And it's usually behind alcohol. It's usually the abuse of a drug or alcohol that is inhibiting your aura. Or drinking water out of a tap. It's as simple as that. Like, they put fluoride in your water supply to crystallize your third eye. Just doing that alone, it limits all your possibilities. Once you uncrystallize your third eye, you open up every doorway that could ever be opened. and you'll know things. But if you keep the fluoride in your toothpaste and the fluoride in your water supply is just poisoning a deeper part of your brain that only like the government knows
Well, fluoride,
exists.
they even said it's bad for you.
It's a poison. And
Yeah.
it crystallizes your third eye. Literally, that's the
Well,
only thing it does. It
it-
crystallizes over it, so it makes it hard and fucking boom. It's supposed to be like nice and soft and moldable, but it's like an eyeball, and it just crystallizes it, so you can't see anything.
Well, isn't there another gland that it?
Yeah, it's the pineal gland, or it's
I
the
thought it was like
oh.
something in your throat.
no, it's the medulla. No, it's not the medulla oblongata. It's that thing.
That's your asshole.
It's the thing.
No, that's your heart and your breathing
yeah.
in your brain or something. I know what you're breathing.
There's one that has to do with like hormones, and that's the other one it activates too.
Yeah,
But-
it's like.
But you can
it's-
activate the DMT inside your mind through meditation. People are like, oh, you get so high off DMT, you're smoking this or smoking that. But, dude, if you meditate for long enough,
It's there.
it's like, listen, this is how I describe meditation 5 minutes, relaxation. 15 minutes, mushrooms. 30 minutes, LSD. An hour, DMT. You're fucking gone sauce or ayahuasca. Like, seriously, it doesn't take that long for me, at least, after meditating for about a month. You have to do about a month of like everyday meditation, night and day, or in the morning and at night. You know what I'm saying? And pay attention to the moon and the sun, and get the sun's rays at afternoon and sunset, and like go upon the earth and like with bare feet. You know what I mean? And get the battery energy. We were talking about how the earth has a battery effect. You have to do all that to like. I mean, it's not that much, honestly. If you think about, hey, do I want to like further my existence on this planet? Do I want to understand why I'm here? Do I just want to keep repeating the same cycle? Like, what I learned from psychedelics was I was tired of waking up every day and living the same life. I was tired of waking up every day and it being the same story, the same bullshit, and me not being able to change anything in my life. And then I found shit that says, hey, you're in control of your life. You are the leader of your life. You determine what happens. You determine how it happens. You determine your feelings. You determine other people's feelings when they're around you. You determine absolutely everything. You create your own universe. And through that, I have just found happiness in every day to be like, oh, I would never do this before, but I'm going to do, like, today I got shit on. Like, I went to go boxing practice and it was closed. So you know what I did? I put on my shoes anyway, and I fucking took a jog. Because I was like, fuck it. I'm not going to let the universe, just a little bad end, ruin my day. Because I could have let that ruin my day and just gone home and played video games for 4 hours and been like,
Yep.
fuck the world. No. But I was just like, no. And then I went running in the woods, and I saw all kinds of deer and shit. It was a crazy, amazing experience.
I know. When you texted me, I was already fucking coming. I like came out from eating, and I saw your text message because I put it in my bike when I'm riding. I don't fucking look at my phone.
Good. That's safe driving right there. I hate
Yeah.
people that are texting and
Oh, dude, I'm on a
driving
fucking
at the same time.
motorcycle. I can't do shit.
It's good though.
I saw a chick on a rice rocket texting in her pocket. I was like, are you fucking
What?
like at a stop sign? I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? So like the next red light I pulled up, I kind of pulled up off to the right, and I'm like looking. I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? And she's like, it was like, what are you looking at? And she was fucking texting on her phone.
Well, she wasn't doing when she was actually driving, so.
But still, come on, man.
Nah, I wouldn't do it on a rice rocket, honestly. Unless
Dude,
it's-
on anything.
Yeah. I don't even
I
like
mean,
texting.
granted, in a car, still is bad.
If you're driving a long way and there's a stop sign, I guess it's okay. But honestly, if you're driving and you're like this, and
Yeah,
you can't
like
drive
texting
anyway,
on the
and you
fucking
can't drive
wheel.
anyway, this is the problem I have. Like, they blame texting for these wrecks and shit.
Bad
like,
driving.
you were texting and my son died while he was driving. No, that was bad driving. That's because your son
And
isn't smart
texting.
and texting. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's because your son isn't good enough to drive and do anything else.
Oh, dude, I can't tell you how many times I've been in the car with fucking,
Yeah, and
Nick.
you're like, holy shit, stop! What are you doing?
It's
What are
like,
you doing? Like,
dude,
there's
you're
a stop
on the
sign.
right side, and it's like, dude, you're on the
Yeah.
left side of the fucking road coming,
Yeah.
He's like coming around the corner.
A
Corner.
corner.
A corner.
He's coming
around the corner.
Third.
It's 2.
Yeah, he's coming around the corner, guys. He's coming around the corner.
Yeah, but yeah, I know
No,
what you mean.
but
They're
it's
in
like-
the other lane,
it's
in,
like,
coming
dude,
around a
what-
bend. Like,
what are you
oh, we
doing?
could die around this bend.
Or like,
50 miles an hour in the other lane.
I got in his car and
Cool.
I was like, "Where the fuck is your seatbelt at? It's buckled around the back seat, around the back of the seat."
Wouldn't know who that was.
I unbuckled it, buckled it back. He's like, what are you doing?" I was like, "I need a seatbelt, don't I? You know, fucking this kid's driving."
Well, I mean, I look at it as like, if death is there for you, you're gonna die. You know what I mean? If you expect death, you're gonna die. Like I truly at this point in my life don't fear death.
I
so
don't
I'm just like,
expect it, but still,
I don't fear it.
I didn't want to die in his car.
Yeah, yeah, but you just get severely.
I
injured,
welcome
it's worse.
death today.
Welcome.
Yeah,
I don't welcome it, but it's still not.
Like,
you shouldn't
yeah,
be
but
scared of
death
anything.
in his
Fear
car
just has
was-
power over you.
he's been in more accidents than
Yeah,
you know.
but I mean,
a few
yeah, but
people.
just you
He's
being.
been in more accidents than Jesus.
but
Jesus has only really had one bad encounter. Okay.
Yeah, but Ian, you would know by your dreams. You'd see it in a dream and be like, I ain't going to that fucking Calvin and
Oh no, I've had dreams where I've like, like woken up and it's like I'm in a car or I'm driving a car and it's just I'm about to get hit and I wake up and I'm just like, God damn, I hate that shit. Cause I like wake up.
Dude,
like, out
I
of
had
it.
a crazy fucking dream the other night. Oh my god, it was essential to my existence.
It was essential.
dude.
My life
well,
being
My
fucking-
life force,
well,
energy,
The easiest.
My
source,
the,
stereotypical anime cliche.
My
insert,
aura
insert
grew.
here stereotypical anime cliche, but
I gained 20 mana.
5 experience in magic,
3 vitality.
Plus 2 willpower.
intelligence plus 3 intelligence.
Dexterity bonus.
No, that's for bows.
New
bro.
craft acquired.
That's for bows. Can't be mixing it up.
Oh.
Oh yeah, but this dream, dude. The easiest way to have a lucid dream is
It's to not.
is to question yourself every day if you're dreaming. Like right now, am I dreaming? Am I dreaming?
Am I a dreamer?
Because it'll put you in your.
I wish I was
subconscious.
dreaming so I would end this fucking podcast. I'm just messing around.
It's horrible. It's horrible, dog. How could you put this up?
How could you do that to me?
No.
I don't know.
How could you do this?
How could you do
Easily,
that?
easily.
How could you do that?
Dog. We ain't sitting here to fucking pull cocks and nothing. Come on.
There's a lot of Joey Diaz references on here. Starting to think that he's an actually good comedian.
Oh.
You're funny.
You are hilarious.
You know what I mean?
People have just hate mailed the fuck.
No
out of
way,
your
Joey
face.
Diaz is amazing.
No,
He's
you
just
say
fucking with people.
he's a good. Now that I'm hearing him, he's a good comedian.
It's like what?
It's just like, dog.
Dog. You
No.
fucking cocksucker.
Come on, podcast.
Podcast.
You know this kid's
I
a
broke
stoner.
into her house and I started eating a pussy.
On a quaalude.
On a quaalude. Oh, that's story. Or
She
I was
just let
selling.
me eat it.
Dude, do
She
you
just
remember
let me eat it.
You just let me eat
the
it.
time I was selling weed or selling coke to Whitney Houston?
Yeah, that
James
story.
Brown and Whitney Houston.
That's so fucking crazy, dude.
Whitney Houston and James
Call
Brown.
me up at like 4:00 in the morning.
And they be wanting some blow, and fucking James Brown's in the fucking limo. Or how about him getting knocked the fuck out by this dude? He's like, I'll suck your cock, come back. to
Get
this-
knocked out by the gay dude.
Yeah, got knocked out by the gay dude. And he clocked him, and the gay dude was like, no, not today.
What?
He caught, like, Joey Diaz was like, I'll suck your dick, and he's like, okay, yeah. The dude was, gay and whatnot. Joey Diaz gets down on, like, his knees to, like, suck his dick, and he goes, like, uppercut, giving this dude everything he can. And the guy just, like, takes it and just, like,
Oh, you done
looks
fucked
at
up
him, and he's
now.
like, you done fucked up. And just, like, ripped him apart.
Wow.
And just, like, beat the fuck out. You gonna fucking beat me up? You think these fags are, like, he's, like, dude was throwing some heat.
It's a
you know?
funny story.
Oh, dude, I wish,
Dude,
I give it, like, oh, man, Joey. So good.
What's
cannot
that?
give that
What's that
good
one?
justice.
Who talked about that story on the prison yard where that gay dude came up to that big
I don't
that
even
one
know.
big black dude was making fun of that gay dude, and he was like, and then
I don't know.
like when they were all going inside, the gay dude came out and laid him out. It was like, before I was a queen, I was a king.
I'm not sure.
My dad told me a story. This one black dude, he was getting flack from this guy, and he was like, he wasn't the Golden Gloves guy that I was telling you about, but he beat the fuck out of this dude, and he says, the only thing I like more than sucking dicks is fighting the best. I was like, damn, Sam. I was like, ooh, shit. Only thing I like more than sucking dicks is fighting the best. And
Wow.
dude, he fucked that dude up. Put him in the put
I
him
don't
in
even know what to
medical.
say.
Fuck, dude.
Like,
Fuck.
that's the thing. Like, my dad's told me like two consistent stories that have been like, no, these dudes like literally fucked these guys up. You know, like, no, this guy, he fucked him up, and this guy, he fucked him up.
Yeah.
And then they stopped fucking each other up. It was like, ooh, like, just
Fuck.
like this little guy, just like, he was getting picked on by this big fat guy, and, you know, the fat guy was unclean in the first place. He's like, I'm going to clean your fucking ass, but first I'm going to clean your fucking clock. And he just beat the fuck out of him, and it was like, ooh, fuck. They put him in a closet, and he just went,
Wow.
the guy was a Golden Glove, so
Oh, yeah.
he just fucking tore him apart. The guy couldn't touch him, you know, he was a big fat
So
guy.
funny.
He was just like,
Yeah, you got to think, you know, the guy was only like 5'7", 5'8", you know,
oh,
he
yeah.
was only,
fast.
you know, he was fast little guy, you know, little Italian, little fucking cracker fucking jack, you know, just beat the fuck out of him. It was
Damn.
like, ooh, man, I couldn't imagine that, dude. Like, especially getting torn apart and you know it was coming. Like, come on, dude. There's points and times where it's like, I need to shut my fucking mouth. You know, you ever get that feeling every now and again where it's like you're talking to somebody and it's like, I should shut up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I know
this
what you
this
mean.
was like, I'm gonna get my ass beat
Oh.
if I don't shut my mouth. You know,
And the dude was like, hey.
hey. You know,
Like
Oh.
poke you with a stick. Hey.
Hey.
It's because people. It's because
hey
people
asshole,
think.
hey, come in this closet with me. I'll show you something. Okay. And it was just like, oh fuck. Like no.
Well, I
no.
mean, 93% of the population won't fight. It's only 7% that'll fight.
Well, no, dude, this is the thing. You know, I can understand if you are having, like, an argument with somebody and getting heated and almost getting into a fight, you know, like, I'm
Dude,
mad
if you
at
have
you.
to get into a fight, it just
But-
shows that you're a fucking animal and you
Like,
can't
why-
evolve into a higher presence where
I-
there's no such thing as fighting.
I can understand being little and fighting, you know, but then after you get to, like, the age of, like, 18, 19 years old, it's like, come on, man, why are we fighting?
Listen,
If I fall and get fucking hurt, you know I'm gonna fucking, like,
sue you
sue
or all
you
kinds
or
of
something's
bullshit,
gonna
yeah.
happen. You know, like, dude, I remember being fucking, I think it was like 16 years old. The kid got fucking hurt on Josh's skate ramp or whatever. Fucking his foot swelled up like a fucking grapefruit was on it. And his mother's like, well, you're gonna hear from our attorney. And his dad was like, I can't fucking have this shit. And they tore that thing down in like 20 minutes.
Wow.
And, you know, and they were saying, well, oh, we can't have it no more. We can't have it no more. And that, you know, before there was 2 fucking vert ramps in Josh's backyard.
Wow.
He had a fucking 4-foot one, and then we built another one later on. And it was like, okay, you know, we had like a sweet little setup there. Granted, you know, we couldn't use some of the 4-foot one because it was a little high. We were just learning how to use it, but we had a 3-foot one that we were learning on, and it was, you know, it was good enough. But then that shit happened, and it was like, well, you know, now that happened, his dad he's like, no more, none of that, no more. You know, ugh.
Yeah, I hate how people are trying to sue people left and right for everything.
Well, it's like, no, dude, you knew you were going to get hurt. And we even said to him, it was like, well, why were you there, dude? We even said one person on the damn thing at a time. He didn't have a helmet, you know.
That was my cousin.
Yep.
And Nick Lehman did it.
Yep.
What? Did what?
It, like,
Nick was.
They were- one
Nick
was
went
going, one was
down
coming.
and came back like he
One
did.
was coming, one was going.
Yeah,
And
Nick
like the skateboard.
went down
like,
and
hit him in the foot.
was coming like he went down and then he went up the ramp and he was
Yeah.
coming back down because it was downhill
Yeah.
and he was coming up and when Nick saw him he was right on top of him.
Yep.
So he jumped off the board and then that flung the board at Cody and then it just smacked him right in the foot.
It just came straight and went like
Ah.
and it ballooned up.
That would hurt like a motherfucker.
Yep.
It would
And
hurt.
It's
You're
a
gonna-
pressure blister.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You're gonna hear from our attorney.
You're gonna hear from our attorneys. It's always goes in this bull. Yeah, but like I was saying, back to fighting.
You know,
Like
yeah.
the samurai have it right, dude. When you're gonna fight another man, it should be to the death, bro.
Well,
If-
and
if-
it was 1-on-1.
and yeah, and it's 1-on-1. Like they have respect for the art of fighting, like the art of combat. And fighting is more to show off your skills, and it's not about fighting. It's about
Well,
like
when they
technique
fought,
and
dude,
discipline
they,
and all
like,
this shit. And then
they-
it's like life or death.
They
It's like
picked
life or
each
death
other
if you're
out
good enough.
when they were riding. Like you would see.
Imagine
peop-
if boxing was life or death. There'd a lot less people get into
a
boxing.
lot less people. Well, there's a lot of people who have had life and death fucking decisions in
Yeah,
boxing.
fuck yeah.
You know, there's people who fucking got fucked up. Like there's that dude at that place we were at. I mean, you noticed he had.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. He
I feel
definitely has
bad.
brain
yeah,
trauma
he
from
got
boxing.
knocked the fuck out or
Yeah,
something. You
yeah.
know, I have a buddy who.
Yeah, I was
Got
thinking
knocked the
that.
fuck
I
out,
think.
like 50 times.
Yeah, I was thinking that was a list, but seriously, you could tell that it's altered.
No,
like,
that's
from
brain damage.
Brain damage. He's
I-
like, "Look, look, 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 look."
I have a cousin who has brain
That's why he has a
damage.
job there
Well, yeah,
because they hired him after he got injured.
yeah. How do they? I don't know how they make money, man.
It's from the state. State pays for it. Isn't that beautiful? That's the only good thing Pennsylvania pays good. They don't pay to improve our roads or anything, but they'll pay for free boxing. It's like fight and drink.
What?
You're from Pennsylvania. Fight and drink. It's Ireland and Canada mixed.
Fuck, it's Ireland.
What?
Ireland and Canada.
How was it Canada?
What do you mean? Pennsylvania is like the second great hockey capital of the world.
Little bit.
Dude, there's people here that crave hockey. The Pittsburgh Penguins are
Well,
followed like
It's
worshipped.
yeah.
It's
You know what
because
I
it's
mean?
cool now. That's
yeah,
the only reason.
It's more so cool now than
It's in that dude.
Yeah, but cool
Ho-
or not,
hockey
people
in
still learn
Pittsburgh,
about
dude,
it.
Dude, hockey in Pittsburgh is like in that fucking college drinking demographic, and you can't even tell me
Yes,
it's not.
yes.
And that's why I
yes,
almost can't
yes.
even stand it nowadays.
Well, I mean, everything's so fixed nowadays. So if you just
'Cause
look
it's like,
at all
let's go to a
sports, it's like,
hockey game and
obviously
get
it's
drunk. And I'm
Yes.
just like, dude, what the fuck?
It's all just an excuse to get drunk, dude. People just love to poison themselves in these days. They just love the poison. They don't know what self-control is at all. It's like every night, let's go out and get fucking drunk. Let's get
Becky,
fucking wasted.
let's go
oh
out
my
to the
God.
club.
White girl, wasted.
Dave, I thought
Ah.
you loved me.
Steve, I thought you loved me.
All right, we're talking about this girl again. We gotta wrap this up.
Oh Christ!
Almighty. Oh.
Sweet 8-pound, 10 ounces, baby
Yeah,
Jesus.
Sweet baby Jesus. How dare you? How,
How
dare,
dare
you
you.
come at me for saying baby Jesus? That's so funny, dude.
Fucking
Oh,
die.
a new JRE came on tonight. I have to watch it. I
How-
forget who was
Dude,
on.
I am like way behind.
Oh, you need to get on it.
I'm behind
Ian.
Duck and Trussell.
Oh, dude, Duncan
I-
Trussell's so good. Go home and
I
watch
just-
that shit tonight, dude.
Mm.
Oh, tonight it's gonna be the fight of your life.
Yeah, what is
It's
it?
amazing.
It's
What the
Duncan
fuck?
Trussell, Brian. No, Duncan Trussell.
It's Brian Callen, Duncan Trussell,
and
and then
Dave. Fuck, what's
Dave
his name?
Asprey.
Dave Asprey, and then
He-
the dude for Cars. Or that was Dave Asprey. That was
No,
Cars.
it was
the one after
Dan
that is-
Carlin. Dan,
Dan
Carlin.
Dan Carlin, not Dave
Yeah,
Asprey. Dan
he is
Carlin,
very
then Dave
good.
Asprey, and then now it's someone else. I forget who it is. But we're gonna have to listen to that because it's gonna be very enlightening.
Yeah, fuck. It's already like 12:30.
You just wanna wrap this up,
When my pussy hurts.
I mean, if you guys want to,
Let's do it. I mean, I think that's what the overall theme is. There's some good points, some bad points tonight. I feel like we got a lot out,
Yeah.
even though it feels like we didn't. when I go back and edit stuff, it's so much better. It's honestly like you don't realize how much information you're actually putting into the stream until you go back and listen to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like listening
dude,
to the podcast that
even
we've already
when I
done,
listened
you're
to
like,
the
holy
first
shit.
one, I was like, I don't even want to edit it.
Yeah, you're like, I really said that much? You're like, we
We
really talked that deep into
we
shit.
really were talking for an hour and a half solid.
Yeah, and
like,
if you get what we're
what?
talking about, and if you can relate, it's just so much better. Like the jokes, just the funny humor, just the light humor mixed with some intelligence. It's like people want to be entertained as well as they want to learn. You know, and I'm trying to give both. Facts,
I think
fiction,
that's
knowledge, sci-fi, fantasy. You center the universe. Boom, motherfuckers.
The truth.
The truth.
Boom.
Basically, that is what it's behind. The truth.
I'm not even going to say anything
all
on
the
top
truth.
of that. That's great.
Boom.
End
All
it
right,
on that.
And end it on that.
Go play The Walking Dead.
Yeah, go play The Walking Dead. And
Christ.
watch some Joe Rogan, for God's sakes. All right, love you guys.
I'm buying
Peace.
it. Shut up.